Ink-a-dink, 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 ink-a-dink. Wow! He flew away. Not before he got the camera rolling, obviously. Oh, it's Snarky that did it. You know, Snarky, we're a little bit annoyed with you. You know, we did 2 pretty good shows, and you guys knotted down the sound, took the volume way down, and overdubbed some other thing. And we're watching actually the second show now, and all I can say is you guys really didn't have to be so tough on us. I mean, now Basil did do a 18-second interview with you a couple of months ago, so it's not like he's been completely ignoring you. Come. Bring it back. Oh, I guess he did. Okay. Wait. Come on. Oh, okay, he did do it. Okay. You know, Snarky, here's Basil giving you the, not the latte salute, but he's giving the salute that we like to give to Fox whenever they talk about the fake latte salute, which, by the way, amongst other things, they forgot to mention that only military people are supposed to salute military people. It's only recently where a president by the name of George W. Bush came off of a helicopter with his dog's tail stuck in his pocket, tail and whatever the rest of his nether regions are. That's his little black dog. What's his dog's name? Not Farley. It's it's Barney. Barney was President George W. Bush. Bush 43, also known as. Had his little tail and nether regions stuck down into G.W. Bush's pockets, doing whatever you do in the pocket of G.W. Bush, President G.W. Bush, with your nether regions. And he's got the dog cradled in his arm, and it looks like he might be blowing a loogie into Barney's ear, but he's saluting the troops along with that. He's saluting whoever happens to be there, whichever Marine officers are there to greet him. And because of that, now apparently the trend has started. So President Obama has continued the trend, but he hasn't used the dog pee into my pocket, ear accepting my loogies dog trick. He actually had a cup of some sort of beverage in his hand. And of course, since people on Fox all hate latte, they all drink a more manly drink. They all drink their coffee black, except for all the white ones who drink all their coffee with 100% milk and 0% coffee, and call it Ken Leo coffee. They made a big deal out of it, and much to do about nothing. And by the way, our good friend, of course, we had Colby that weighed in on Kristen's blog, on her Facebook page, and weighed in and reminded all of us, to my surprise, to your surprise, Basil, to probably a lot of people's surprise, that the president's not supposed to. Only military people are supposed to salute military people, and that unless you consider George Bush's AWOL time with the Texas Air National Guard, where he disappeared in order to avoid that random drug test that he would eventually got, and the that wasn't blow then. That wasn't a loogie he was blowing then. It was some other blow he was loogieing back then. So at any rate, so he starts this thing up, and President Obama's followed suit, but he hasn't got a dog he can carry in his arms. He hasn't got a pocket on his shirt that dog can be piddling in. And he's got apparently a cup of what Fox News referred to as latte, rather than what real Americans drink, in his hand. And he makes a salute, and somehow or other, it's worthy of about 47 consecutive hours of Fox broadcast time, talking about how disrespectful that is, that he didn't transfer the cup from one hand to the other so that his hand was free to salute. Well, I guess what you wanted me to get at, Basil, was Basil's got his own salute for Fox News, and it's something like the antithesis of this. If you can visualize this, so you'd have to turn it upside down. You'd have to take your four fingers, which are out in, and take your one finger, which is in, tucked in, and put it out, and there you go. That's the salute. All right, that's our Fox News official salute now. Okay, so So it's on the Inky Dinky phone. Do you want me to answer it? I mean, it's on the Inky Dinky phone, so it can't be anyone of any great. Well, we got our fox sniffing pig here, and he's still got a little bit of schmooge of it's either Basil's favorite candy, Tootsie Roll, or it's something looking like Basil's favorite candy that our pig may have rolled in Basil's litter box. So there you go. So hold on. This is our fox sniffing pig. Is that Piggy? Piggy, what is it? Is it? Thanks. Piggy says it's Rupert Murdoch on the phone. Basil, what say ye? Talk to Rupert Murdoch? Said actually, he's going to hold out. He wants to go up the chain of command intellectually from Rupert Murdoch all the way to Basil's good friend, our good friend, Stephen Colbert's good friend, and military commander el exante, Bill O'Reilly. So, okay. So, sorry, Mr. Murdoch, but Basil's out of the office right now, so I'll let him know you called, and he'll call you if he gets back in. Thanks. Okay. So, what's your threshold today? I mean, is it going to be, you said you'd take a call from Bill O'Reilly if you called. Will you take a call from the three blonde-haired, blue-eyed Fox Dumkoffs? Basil said, nope. Well, he just said, meow, 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 meow. Said, could you at least wait till I say no before you say no? Okay, I understand. So, what do you think? It's the Inky Dinky phone again. Well, by your theory, if it's the Inky Dinky phone, hold on a second. If it's the Inky Dinky phone, when Rupert Murdoch calls up, then it can't be the Inky Dinky phone. It should be either the Nickelodeon middle-sized phone or the Cat in the Hat phone when Bill O'Reilly calls, because you're giving him more chutzpah than you're giving to Rupert Murdoch. So it's got to be on a bigger phone. Basil says, hold on. Said, first of all, wake up Bill Murray. Bill Murray. Okay, good, I know you've been in that hammock for about 8 months now since we did our Super Bowl. Whoops. That's going to cost us something, isn't it? Our Superb Owl coverage, follow-up to Stephen T. Colbert's Superb Owl coverage, prior to the Superb Owl, which was played in the Meadowlands at the Audubon Society in the Meadowlands in New Jersey. And apparently the story in retrospect is that Broncos quarterback Petrol Manning, and we had Petrol Manning, of course, instead of Peyton Manning, because we gave all the players bird names in honor of being the Superb Owl. Apparently it was Jimmy Hoffa's petrified toe was sticking up out of the ground in the Audubon Society there in the marshland. And apparently Petrol Manning, after accidentally swallowing some birdseed, well, he thought it was birdseed. It turned out to be buckshot. And thought it was birdseed, found out later it was buckshot, tripped over Hoffa's petrified toe, fell backwards, ball went through the end zone, safety, or something like that. Some lousy play to start the game for Denver at any rate. It was a fumble. I think it went out through the end of the end zone, so it was a 2-point safety. Got the Broncos off to a roaring start and on the way to being crushed by the Seattle Seahawks. Now, you gotta believe that a team named the Seahawks would have to win a game played at the Audubon Society in the Meadowlands in New Jersey. I mean, Broncos, they're out west. They're trudging around and romping around through sand and through all kinds of stuff, which is by no means wet or marshy. Whereas Petrols and not Petrols, but all the players that we gave bird names for the Seattle Seahawks and the Seahawks in general. The name. Of course, they're going to do better in the Audubon Society in the Meadowlands than a team composed of, albeit steeds. Still, but you know what we're talking about. You know about that. You know what we mean. I mean, we handicapped the game, and Basil actually he didn't win any money, but he ended up with an account, and he wouldn't tell me what that account was, but he says. He gave me a hint back then that the account was some sort of beverage. And he said that something's going to transpire early on in the National Football League season. Something's going to happen off the field that's going to turn the league upside down. It's going to cause one of its primo sponsors to leave the NFL and eventually come to Basil BuddhaCat Presents, looking for us to sponsor them. So we would probably not have to spend too much time, actually hawking P-A-N-W root beer, or the other ones that apparently we've lost because they have no sense of humor, and we lost the Vaseline account because because we happen to keep on mentioning that the prime purchaser of Vaseline worldwide is Ted Nugent, who lines the moat of the moat around his property with Vaseline, which, we understood that it keeps intruders out. But unfortunately, whenever Ted wants to come here and raise a little hell, fire, and damnation with us, he can't get out of that moat. So, works both ways, Ted. Matter of fact, Bill Murray's holding up about a 20 by 40 inch photo of Nugent trying to crawl out of his moat. And is that Mel Gibson with him? I think it is. Yep. And following right behind them is our blog friend Denise the Celt. And look at that. Nugent's got a T-shirt on in the picture, and I don't know exactly what it says, but it looks like it's in. I think it's in. What do you call that? The writing that's on the side of the El Al Airlines, the jets. Is that it's not Yiddish. Well, whatever it is, it's got something on a T-shirt on that looks like it's written in that, and oh, jeez. Ted Nugent from one side and Denise the Celt from the other side have knives. And they have T-shirts on, both of them, that says, "Keep an eye on the knife while we get our gun." Okay. So, it's Sunday morning. We're supposed to be doing a show with at least a little bit of reverence attached to it, and here we are. And so, who is it? Who's the sponsor? Who are we picking up? Basil says he'll give me a clue. Milwaukee says it's not old Milwaukee. There's your clue. There's your hint. So, NFL. Are we picking up Anheuser-Busch? Well, that means that if the Broncos ever get into the Super Bowl again, if we've got the Clydesdales traipsing across the TV screen doing their commercial, we're going to have to root for the Broncos next time they're in the Super Bowl. Basil says they're going to win one day, and they will win. He promises. The Denver Broncos have been in, I think it's something like 18 Super Bowls now. And, well, they scored a couple points in one of them. But let me think. Now, they lost to the Giants. They lost to the Washington Redskins. They lost to the Seattle Seahawks. They lost to... I think they've been in about 7 Super Bowls now and haven't won one yet. So if Anheuser-Busch comes over to us and we're their they become one of our corporate sponsors, does that mean that you're going to cheer them on to victory into a Super Bowl one day? Basil winked at me and said, Petrol. Says if they ever get rid of that Petrol Manning, he's just no good. Okay. So, hold on. Snarky and Tweety. Put the belt. Come on, put the belt. There, I see the volume is back up. You know, they're dropping down the volume, and I knew it was coming. How did I know that trick of theirs was coming? It's because of our bird sniffing pig. Our bird sniffing pig. Yep. Tweety's still up there. Okay. Well, you know, let's do a little bit of let's finish up the show with a little bit of our kids, Basil's little compadres that live in the house. Lilith, who joined us while Basil was still three-dimensional, and Walter. And let's finish up with some of them. And you know, one of these days we're actually going to do. You know, remember we talked about how we've done movie reviews, but one day we're going to sit and do like on Science Theater 3000 or something like that, with the two characters in the front row watching a movie and commenting on it. We're going to watch it. We're going to comment on Basil's favorite alien movie, which is Paul. So everybody, kids in the audience, Bill Murray, look up, and you folks at home too, get the movie Paul, probably at the library, definitely on Netflix, and watch it so you can enjoy the movie with us and watch us comment away on it. And one more cat salute to Fox News, and one more tally-ho to George W. Bush and his little Scotty Barney. Oh, okay, the little Scotty Barney, not the purple dinosaur Barney. Okay. Onward with Eclipse.
All to you.
No! You get your hands off me! I said get it! Come on, boy! Oh, you come on. Just because I'm the only one willing to leap a love.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh, you Jesus.
Roy!
What? He was going for the door. I'll plant a gun on him if it makes you feel any better.
Would you like to take this up with Eternal Affairs?
We both know what this is about, don't we, honey pot?
Not the time, Roy.
Why not have it out now? I'm comfortable.
Roy, meet your new partner, Nick Walker.
We've been over this before. I'm a one-man operation.
Not a choice, Roy.
All right, come on. Here we go. That went well. I'll do something nice for you.
What just happened?
Dear Diary, the authorities have removed the pair of black pants from the couch. There is no longer any place for me to sleep. I have vomited 3 times in protest, but there is no sign that anything will change. My only other hope for rest is on the computer keyboard, which is nearby, but sadly no one is currently using it. I will wait. Dear Diary, my food dish is now only half full. It is obvious that I will soon starve to death. I have repeatedly tried to draw attention to my predicament with the authorities, but they are clearly either stupid, deaf, or just cruel. This may be my last entry. Dear Diary, it has come to my attention that the authorities have 2 hands, but seem to have made it the sadistic policy only to pet me with one of them at a time. Half of love is just low, which is how I feel. My spirit is breaking. Dear Diary, I've decided to plead with the authorities to rub my belly. I think it'll do me good in my current condition. I would like to receive 2 rubs exactly. A third one and I will bite the shit out of them as per protocol. Wish me luck. Dear Diary, the water dish continues to vex me. The authorities seem to taunt me with this cruel liquid that has neither smell nor distinguishing visual markings. A sad anniversary. This is the 900th day that my nose has been unintentionally wetted. Dear Diary, yesterday I put in a simple request regarding the door to the garden, but seemingly out of sheer spite, the authorities refused to hold the door open long enough for me to decide whether to go outside or inside, or outside or inside. Dear Diary, the authorities have punished me for taking a crap on the living room floor. This despite my efforts to distribute the litter evenly throughout the house. I am convinced that they are madmen, devoid of reason. Dear Diary, the squirrel was back again today. It mocks me. I will try and release my mind from this torment and groom myself for 4 hours. Dear Diary, I have been stalking an insect on the wall for the past 3 days now. All of my attempts to capture it have been thwarted. However, today, on further inspection, I found out that the insect was in fact a thumbtack. There is no logic in this place. Dear Diary, it is 3 in the morning. The authorities have closed the door to the bedroom. I can only assume that they have forgotten about me and have left me here to die. As a last resort, I will stand post for the rest of the night and sing the song of my people in hopes that they rescue me. Dear Diary, when the authorities poop, I have tried to poop in the bathtub litter box with them in a show of solidarity. I have yet to experience any gratitude. Dear Diary, my attempts to destroy the terrible plant have all been for naught. Somehow, almost as if by some evil magic, a new one has appeared in its place. I will have to start over now. Like Sisyphus, I am bound to hell.
What you doing? Okay, that's weird, because that looks exactly like your ex-partner, the one who shot you dead. Okay, I'm interested. Color me interested. This must be chasing you, huh? First the guy smoked you like a knockwort.
They say they'd rob your grandma blind on Wall Street, on Wall Street. Fritter her away her Medicare on Wall Street. And Pharma Oil and their pet fox don't care if she lives in a box, so long as they wear platinum jocks on Wall Street, on Wall Street. Meow.